Yeah,
it's right now. This is not only an in the server problem; it's an out of the server problem as well. Right? You have to assume that confidence is probably very low.
Yeah,
it was nice to see them laugh on camera. I think they understand, like, obviously the gravity of the situation of losing like this, but also kind of like, you know, like what can you do kind of mentality, right? Like, okay, everything is just failing. In a way, it's almost hilarious, right? For them as well. I'm assuming they're trying to be lighthearted about it and get in a better mind space, which if you keep digging yourself into a hole, you're not getting out of it.
No,
so
not in this game.
So that was really good for me to see. I think that's really probably also nice for the fans to see that too, right? That they're not all just sitting there grumpy and yelling at each other, but that they're actually, you know, trying to make light of the situation.
Yeah, even if you lose, I think the feeling of like, we got to play Dota this game, at least, feels good. And having very obvious combos lets you do that. It's like, okay, maybe we're down 2-3K. We can actually go take a fight, you know? And maybe we'll trade 4 for 5 or whatever, but... or 5 for 4, but we'll still get a trade. Like, it still feels like you get to play the game as Duraccio loads up the stun onto Nico Baby. They're actually doing an aggro. And Tofu, he's wrapping around. Nico does not have Rage skilled, but then does go for the point in it so he can walk away from this, which means he has Rage for that laning stage.
Yep.
As I hear another stun being charged up. It's going to be Stoneman taking some hits here. Celery. I imagine he has that slow up. No, actually, very long cooldown on that level 1, so he should be fine. Another tri-lane scenario from Gaimin Gladiators.
They love their inch tri-lanes in the start, just completely, basically picking a target that they want to have a bad start, ensuring that they get the bad start.
You get to have a bad time.
Doing something else. And one of the things that makes them so successful at doing this is the hero pool they play on Ace. It's really important when you do this that the hero in the 1v2 has potential to manage that matchup. This time around it's Legion Commander, last game it was Centaur. So obviously very deliberate that these heroes Ace play are like strength heroes that are self-sufficient. Oh, Stomanen is in big-ass trouble here. Rotation from Symmetrical, though, should keep him alive. A bit of a turnaround. So Alliance do swap the lanes up. I don't know how happy you are with this, though. You have an offlane lifestealer with no regen against a Legion Commander with a full level advantage. This is not going to be fun for Nico, I would imagine, in that top lane.
Damn, you're right. He did start no regen on lifestealer. He's got Blades of Attack, which, I mean, I love this build. When you're safe lane, this build makes a lot of sense because you're just sitting, you're sitting right in your tower. You get that tower regen. You're gonna have a support that's just pounding regen into you. Yeah, but he's got a Skywrath Mage with 1 Tango left, so we'll see how this goes up there. As yeah, Gaimin Gladiators, they're fully committed to this. I really like Alk aggro tri-lanes. I remember seeing Beast Coast do this at first, and it was one of those things that made no sense when you think about it on a surface level, because it's like, oh, Alk is... Well, now he's got the stun, so he's actually better in a tri-lane, but like Alk is not a super aggressive hero, right? But what ends up happening is the supports on the enemy team and on your team are underleveled, and if the supports are underleveled, they can't contest your jungle. So that to me was like super next level for Beast Coast.
Oh, good damage onto Ace. He might actually be dead here. He will. First blood for Aramis this time around.
As he shows literally zero emotion towards that.
I think another thing about the aggro tri-lane Alchemist is the more heroes are in there, you know, there's just certain spells that kind of amplify in power the more heroes are there, and Acid Spray is definitely one of them, right? Where the enemy team will often have 1 or 2 heroes inside that spray, and you have additional allies that benefit from the minus armor in that composition. It's kind of like some of the logic in the past where you would play tri-lanes with like Caudal, Razor, Shaker. It's quite a few years ago that was popular, but you were literally just tri-laning
AoE nuking, and they don't have
heroes
regen.
with 3 AoE nukes, right? So you're trying to get a 2-man fissure into Illuminate, into Plasma Field, and then you draw 2 salves. And then you just keep doing that and you win on
And you win on the regen advantage. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense as they go for a play here on Symmetrical. Really
he does
nice.
not have mana for Stomp.
No, and...
He's tanky though.
Yeah, that was 2 Rings of Protection. Nice build from him, and standing in the tower also. He's got the tower armor.
Yep.
He does end up surviving that. Also based off... That was a nice Stroke of Fate from our boy Grimstroke.
Yeah, definitely the Ring of Protection is incredible bang for your buck against Tusk. And even more so in tri-lanes. And the added benefit of being against Alk when Acid Spray is going to come out. Very nice itemization here from Symmetrical, I think, as well.
Celery comes top. Going on Aramis. Does he have the slow available? He does, but not in range. Lane's a little bit too far up to go for him now. As we're back to a dual lane versus dual lane scenario. Kind of normal Dota again. Typical Gaimin Gladiators fashion, they start as a tri-lane and then eventually rotate back once the lanes have gotten a little bit weird.
Oh, Celery, that might be too late on the heal. Just barely gets out of there.
Oh man, he looks like, I mean, he almost really screwed up with that one. Like, that would have been really rough to TP top and then immediately die.
Yeah.
You just have to walk to a lane. Like, that feels really bad. So you can see that that was like pretty intense for him.
Alk with the 15 denies. All right, buddy. It's good.
15? All right.
Well, they did start as a tri lane, so that's definitely a possible outcome. But yeah, Durasho, more than I would have expected to see in this lane.
15's a lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot of denies.
Does get extra gold stacks for those, or you build your stacks up on those denies. So I guess that's one benefit to going for those.
Wait, you do?
Yeah, you don't get gold for them, but you
It adds a counter to Greevil's Greed when you deny.
Yes, it does.
Huh.
Look at check it out.
I never knew.
Yep. So denies.
So any kill. Also, if you like, is that a hidden combo with Clock?
You just build up like a ton of.
You go to Alex lane and you pop cogs, and then he just denies 4 cogs.
Yeah, that's amazing. As Inkswell comes out, Tofu. Uses a snowball. Very nice. Dodge there. Yeah, that was
very
mechanics.
Very strong hero against Grimstroke. Tusk in the laning stage in particular, you have tons of damage and Grimstroke is a very immobile support, and you counter his best spell entirely if you're not silenced. So
outside of the laning stage, though, definitely, I've seen Grimstroke
it can
punish Tusk because you run into Snowball and you immediately get linked up by the Grimstroke ult. So
it's important that you're very cautious about who you bring in the ball, because when you snowball in and you take an ally, you're going to get bound together and comboed. But if you snowball in alone, it's not necessarily that easy for the Grimstroke to commit to his ult, and still the defensive use is there, right? If you don't use it offensively, you can still save from the other Grimstroke spells later. Like Milan said, I don't believe you can take allies into Snowball if they are soulbound.
Actually, I'm not sure.
I don't think you can. You definitely can't Snowball if you soulbound yourself.
You can't. Oh, for sure.
But I'm not sure if you can take in allies that are bound next to you. I think you can't.
As we get to watch this very nice play again. Inkswall comes out, and right at the last second, that's when the snowball comes out. Very nice also that...
Damn, he was lounging.
Yeah,
he's sitting so far down in his chair.
He's chilling.
He's role-playing the goblin on top of the alchemist.
He really is.
Oh, wait, that's the alchemist.
That is...
The ogre is the other guy.
No, ogre's a different, separate hero. There's 2 of them, actually.
Isn't he riding an ogre? What's he riding? What's that called?
No, he's got a goblin. The alchemist has a goblin on his back.
The alchemist is the goblin.
No.
On the back. The alchemist is the little dude. He's the guy who throws
the concoction. No, this guy's the one that's hitting people and turning into gold. How the hell is the guy on top? He's not hitting anything. The gold's coming from the guy on the bottom.
All right, you're trolling me. The guy on the top is the alchemist. What's he riding?
What?
Is he riding an ogre?
He's just walking around on his feet.
All right, I'm done with this. This is impossible.
As WEU makes a rotation to the bottom lane with his feet. S4? That's not S4. That's symmetrical.
Well, it is a centaur, so it's a high probability it was S4.
I'm thinking of Alliance as he gets coiled up, so counter rotation comes in from Boom. Snowball comes out, waiting for the boat to pass. As Symmetrical in the tower, taking virtually no damage because of that boat buff. Duraccio maybe looks to deny himself. No, just kidding. He's going to run into the tower.
He's dead.
Yeah, WEU runs in with that last Tidebringer. Takes him out. Boom's just looking to poke. Does have the Arcane Rune, unless that's just a cosmetic on Puck. It's very hard to tell.
Oh, Tofu rejoins.
He's there. Snowball, once again, dodging the spell. And there's the high five. Nobody's going to connect that, because Tofu, he's a stoic. He doesn't get into this bullshit of, look at him, this absolute nonsense of, BMing. He doesn't care. Man's here to play Dota. Not high five people, you clown, Cinderin.
I still can't take your answer seriously about Alchemist. It's actually still triggering me. It's unbelievable.
Those golden blades. You think he's going to get a Radiant this
nice
game?
steal there from Stomanen. He actually stole the entire camp, more or less. He got 5 creeps with 1 stroke of fate, so that's minus 150, 200 gold for Alk. That's got to feel real good.
And this top lane looks fairly even. For Ace being, solo up here, it's like he's doing very well in the XP department and decent in gold. But it looks like Nico has also been left on his own as well. So he's level 6. This is actually a pretty powerful lifestealer.
Massive stack here as well for Durasho. Okay, Stomanen steals a bit. Almost killed him, actually. Oh, he got pulled in by the Wildwing. Oh, that got a little spicy. You're not seeing that on camera at all right now, but trust me when I say it was exciting.
There's other stack farming action going on as WEU was actually contesting some enemy stacks. And here he goes again. He's doing some very annoying play with the X mark, but Celery, nice positioning on that Centaur. Yeah, not close enough to hit that Tidebringer.
So Durasho farmed the hard camp in his own triangle, but again, Stomanen was there stealing half the experience in some of the CS, but he can't be everywhere. I think he's done a really good job so far contesting both the hard camp on his own side and now the one on the Dire. But despite all of that, the farm, well, that boat is...
It did not connect. Durasho actually got all the last hits there as the quote comes out. Sounds supposed to swallow the puck. Snowball. Centaur ult. Looks like they're going to get out. Very nice. As WEU's getting a little bit low here. He is Kunkka, though, so deceptive. Very tanky hero. Amazing base stats. When's a duel come out from Ace? We're waiting on a duel. Who can he duel? There's not great. It's the supports. He wants to duel one of these supports, and they've not been in his lane.
He can technically duel anyone as long as the puck +1 is there. They can kill even Lifestealer in a duel, especially before he gets armlet. But yeah, the rotations haven't really gone down that way, and he's happy to also just farm. Like, Legion Commander benefits a lot from just sitting in lane for a while and getting uncontested farm. This is a very, I would say, among the offlaners that play like a semi-initiating role or front lines, I think Legion for me is one of the heroes that needs the absolute most farm, so you don't feel bad about being static in lane for quite a while and getting what you need. Stomanen getting killed here. Easy peasy for Puck plus Tusk. And no coil expended there, so that's up in 5. They could consider a smoke move if they have one on Celery. They don't, so this would be an interesting time to try to cross over and look for a move around mid when you have the siege creep there 10 minutes in. But it does not look like they're planning to do that.
All in all, game's not going that bad for Alliance. They're playing into an Alchemist, so naturally there's going to be a gold lead against you, unless you're, absolutely demolishing. It's not looking like, not looking exactly like a shellacking by any means just yet, but there is the ticking time bomb of the Alchemist. Durasho, I feel like, is completely free farming, at least for the last 5 minutes. He's just been taking these juicy stacks in the jungle. He's got that armlet halfway to the Radiance already. Looking pretty strong.
And similar to game number 1, Alliance have really had their offlaner shut down, right? This was happened both times around. So last game it was the Timbersaw, this time's the Centaur. Gaimin Gladiators very deliberately have been shutting him down very hard, both games. And as a result, this is one of those heroes you would really like to have the initiation power right now so you can go and contest that Alch jungle. It's just not there. Which means all moves more or less need to come from the way of the Kunkka with X mark. And Gaimin Gladiators are reaping the rewards of that pressure on the Centaur by just effectively controlling their own side of the map completely. And a lot of the times you're not really happy with just farming half the map. If you feel like you're the better team or you're winning, you should get more. But you have Alch, so as long as you have your own side, you're getting more gold than the enemy. It's really that simple. And they're stacking so much. Durasho almost got a double stack here himself. He only managed to stack the Ancients, not the hard camp. But still a billion gold coming his way. And it did Kunkka as well in mid. Will be grabbed here by Boom as well as Tofu. So Witchblade, insanely powerful item. A huge part of why Puck is one of the absolute highest rated heroes in competitive Dota right now. Historically speaking, this hero's weakness has been its inability to solo kill on the...
Pull to zero somebody.
Yeah. And with Witchblade, that just bridges that gap completely for you. So I think every single game right now, Puck's by this item.
Gives you like a third nuke. Like, I remember people used to run around on Puck with like +1, just so you had that extra nuke to finish somebody off. And you just have that in one hero now, which like, I think that's something that a lot of people like casually underestimate is the ability where like you pick up like, let's say a fluffy hat, like we can see on Celery here. You pick up like one of these items and it means that instead of 2 heroes having to kill you, 3 heroes have to be there to kill you, right? You need or multiple rounds of nukes, because then it takes 10 extra seconds to kill somebody. That's TPs that come in, and that fight is no longer a good one for you. So it's like decreasing a hero's ability to kill you by getting 1 extra item, or increasing your ability to kill with 1 less hero. Like, these things have insane value in Dota, because it means you can have more heroes farming elsewhere. Like, Puck can just run around on his own and just wipe people.
What do you make of this matchup, the Lifestealer against Alk? This was Alliance's last pick, right? The Lifestealer. It was their last pick, and the ultimate last pick of the draft was the Legion Commander. Do you think Lifestealer is a good solution to Alk? I would say historically the carries you would usually pick would be Morphling or Terrorblade.
Yeah.
So either the heavy magic damage of a Morph or the overwhelming single target physical of Terrorblade. Why do you think they didn't opt for either of those in this game? Terrorblade doesn't look half bad.
No, it doesn't. I mean,
do you like the Lifestealer matchup? If you just get into a farm war, I feel like he's not gonna match up.
I think if you have like Slardar, if like you have a good Infest Bomb.
Yeah.
I did hear him Infest, so maybe he's
just farming.
He's farming. They're going to find Duraccio here. He gets stunned up by Symmetrical and the Sky Ult. Yeah, that's a Radiance on the Courier. He needs a BKB real bad, but it's gonna come up pretty late here as Ace goes for the duel.
No range.
And gets fogged just
even
briefly
with the
there.
Talent, he didn't reach.
Yeah, I think there was like a slight fogging situation that happened there. As Celery being so annoying in the enemy jungle, as he usually does with this Enchantress.
Wait, they didn't see him? Well, now they see him.
Oh my god, what a pain in the ass. Can they get him? That's a long TP. TP to the tower. So he gets punished for that. Somebody, I think he was the one who actually TP'd down there to help his Alk. And so the TP was a very long duration, so he doesn't get out in time. Although we saw this happening a lot at the Major, where I think Celery had like his average deaths on Enchantress was like 13 or 14 or something like that in the game.
He was dying a lot for
He was dying a lot, but then, you know, they get 4th place at the Major, so obviously deaths don't matter as much as they have in the past.
Deaths are not like binary, where it's like die bad, survive good. Some deaths are really valuable and some deaths are terrible. And as a support player, what Celery has done a really good job at in general with his deaths is he's dying in offensive spots on the map where it gives his teammates a lot of safety knowing where the enemy cores are, or he's dying on defense in front of his cores that are farming when they need to play defensively. So in this instance, for example, where he gets killed on the enemy side of the map, he's placing offensive wards while playing with Alk,
and
so they can see the movement of enemy heroes as they're planning to make the move. And him getting killed over there, like, who cares?
Right.
They brought 2 or 3 heroes to kill him at the enemy tier 2.
And even in terms of the literal
tons of space.
The literal gold, it's like he gets a courier, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
As he gets soul-binded up on the puck, so he's actually going to be stuck there. That's a 2-man boat coming out from Weave. Yeah, that combo. Both of these heroes don't want to be soul-bound together or soul-bound in general. So Alliance, they're kind of snapping back here in the last few minutes of gameplay. They even took a kill on Ace on the top lane. So like we talked about at the start, you have this combo of the Skywrath plus the Centaur, who now is the Blink. It's a pretty easy combo to pull off. They actually have stuns. They actually have heroes that can do things aggressively, and that's feeling a lot better for them. They still have this Alk to worry about. He's very much having a very solid game, but...
What do you think about the... Okay, we're going to get a replay here, so let's just do this justice. A really nice soulbind here from Stomanen from the fog, and obviously Puck cannot reposition, and the perfect timing on all of the stuns coming in here. Very nicely done from Alliance. So, what do you think about Lifestealer's choice to go Maelstrom in a game like this? I was thinking the default path you take against
Deso Basher
is Deso. Just that heavy single target physical.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Nico has opted for a faster farming item that doesn't fight as well into that one hero, but might do more total damage in the fight if it takes a specific form. Do you like this choice, or do you think it's too passive once again? We criticized this Vanguard last game, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of taking a similar path where it's like, I am farming for me,
yes,
not I am fighting with you.
It feels that way. I mean, maybe the play is to try to, like, go past the point where Alk is like, oh, I'm ahead of you, as actually there's a big fight coming in. The Centaur ult comes out as Puck able to run away from that silence.
Convenient haste rune.
Yeah, he had a haste rune. So the Centaur ult, not enough to catch up. But are we gonna have a fight here? Looks like Gaimin Gladiators, they do want to stick around. I think Tofu did have a ward. He does have a ward. Doesn't want to place it because it could be pretty obvious and get dewarded. Anyway, yeah, focusing back on Nico Baby, I guess. Like, I suppose if you get past the point where Alk has this like 3-item timing, maybe, but...
That's a deep duel, but it's good.
Oh, that's a huge stun on 3 heroes. And all the Grimstroke spells are coming up, but very nice snowball coming in.
Well,
that was a good save, but it's right into the enemy base. You do have to be careful. Alchemist is there. Nico Baby's there as well. He's doing a lot of damage with that Maelstrom. Puck goes down. He goes in, he goes down immediately. Duraccio almost gets stunned up, but he blinks out at the last possible second as he sees this Ancient stack. You know he wants to turn around that juicy, juicy stack as they catch Celery. Boat comes out. Weeha's done with this cheeky little deer who actually force staffs away somehow. And there's no disable for him. He's going to get out. Okay, a bit of a deep dive from Gaimin Gladiators. Maybe a little too deep. That was a nice stun from Symmetrical. He's trying to prove everybody wrong after the last game. Everybody's saying, this guy, what is he doing in Div 1? And he's saying, well, here it is. Give me, you know, I got this 3-man stun. Let's go.
It was also a really good combination with Stomanen, right? I think he's been the standout player for me in this game on the Grimstrike. I just think he's been in the right place at the right time a lot. So he stole some stacks. He got that awesome 2-man soulbind in the bottom area earlier that we saw on the puck. And this time he's there getting a 3-man Inkswell on top of that Centaur Stomp, as well as the nice follow-up Stroke of Fate. We're going to see the replay here. So look at this duel. So he's already inking him here, right? When he blinks in. So they get the 3-man Stomp into the Ink Pop. And if not for this snowball, they all die.
Yeah, that's a wipe.
That looked dicey because they rolled into the enemy tower, but effectively they're healing up a lot on the Alchemist during this time, and he gets to reset.
Tofu's just like, I got you, idiots. Like, what are you guys doing diving that deep? These damn core players, as Gaimin Gladiators actually in the Alliance Triangle, stealing their stack. But Alliance, they're going for a full wraparound here.
I don't know if they're aware where Gaimin Gladiators are right now. Gaimin Gladiators with all the offensive wards.
Celery.
Break again, Celery.
Yeah, he is a gank tank. And he actually forces onto the high ground.
He's killing the curve.
Oh my god, how does he always do this? He's still very slowly not going down, and the backline duel comes out onto the Skywrath Mage, who does go down. 2-man stun onto the Alchemist. Dratio, he's gonna fall. He's dead. That's a double kill for Nico Baby. They're gonna keep going. The X mark on Ace. There's an Inkswell in the backline too. Tofu, he's getting gone on. He's getting chased around by a Grimstroke. Is he going to walk away from this one? No, they're wrapping around. They want to keep chasing. They want to make Gaimin Gladiators bleed here. And we just not quite close enough to connect with the Warren. Yeah, that was a... I'm surprised that went the way of Alliance with how that started for Gaimin Gladiators. I felt like Celery getting gone on first is ideal for you if you're Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, the thing is, while he was being chased by the Lifestealer, Gaimin Gladiators weren't really accomplishing anything themselves, right? They don't set something up until that duel onto the Skywrath, but it took very, very long, and the Ench was actually dead at that point, so Nico got to connect with his team for the remaining part of the fight. Also, Alk's itemization. The BKB was not online, which it is now, so they were opting to fight. You know, you're feeling yourself as Gaimin Gladiators. You feel like you've got the series in the bag and you're in control, but maybe you want to, you know, take it a step back, slow down slightly, and at least get this one key item that is now online, because Alk is a totally different beast now. He went from being very killable to technically unkillable in BKB. I don't think Alliance in any world have the damage to take this guy down, especially with Lifestealer's build right now.
Right, exactly. Well, I did see a Basher, so he does have a Basher now. So maybe there's a little bit more potential as the duel comes out onto the Kunkka, who instantly goes down. Nico Baby goes in, he used that rage. Gotta be careful. It's a long cooldown on that thing as he infests Stomanen, who is very likely going to die. He's a Grimstroke. Not a great infest target, unfortunately, as the leash is there. So is the Alk stun. Aramis looking for that 2-man silence, potentially. Nico Baby. He's gonna... Can he armor toggle? He cannot, as it is just Symmetrical and Aramis that are left alive after that.
So Gaimin Gladiators immediately just kick it up. Turn it up to 10, and they're gonna go to Roche.
Oh my god. Unlucky, I guess.
This is a dead Roche. Who do you put the Aegis on?
I would say Boom seems pretty good. I mean,
I like it on Puck as well.
He's been getting caught by a lot of things. It's like, he's not going to take it, though. They're going to give it to Dratio, I assume. Okay, I mean, this lets him play without the BKB and then respawn. Well, then again, if you respawn and you don't have the Alk ult, that feels kind of bad, even with the BKB, right?
Yeah, a lot of the times you shy away from giving Aegis to transformation heroes like Alk or Dragon Knight or Lycan for that reason, because their second life is not great, and if you can't use your transformation skill on the first life because you want to have it on the second, you just don't pose that much of a threat.
But he is the siege hero. Like, none of these other heroes are going to be doing building damage, so you throw it on him, he can walk in, punch the building, be saved by, like, the Legion Commander W. So to me, whenever a transformation hero gets an Aegis, it indicates to me, like, they want to siege soon. Like, they want to take some tier 2s, maybe tier 3s.
I think that's fair. I also think out of the examples we gave, I think Lycan or Alchemist might be the best one, to be honest, to have it on. A lot of the
not
time,
that
also
bad.
the insurance policy of your super high net worth hero and your high level, so your death is very costly if things go wrong.
True, yeah.
So it just does give you that insurance policy that if you do get ganked on the map, you can BKB TP out second time and not give away a huge chunk of gold to the enemy team. So, but yeah, I think the sieging is the primary aspect, and they're going to put that to use right now. He's heading down bot. His teammates are slowly starting to congregate down here as well, with the exception of Ace, who is happily farming away in the triangle on his Legion Commander, building up toward his own BKB.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It does feel like one of those games that he doesn't have to be there. I mean, especially at this point where you know Alliance are just gonna play like cat and mouse. They want to just avoid you. He's just like, all right, well, if you're gonna do this gameplay, I'll just hit my triangle. Like Alliance has to be careful and hide like this because they don't see where the Legion Commander is. So he just has the space to farm. As looks like Gaimin Gladiators are just gonna run around and take all the tier 2s. Sweep the map, get Alliance out. Maybe we'll see a smoke across here as actually Centaur ulti comes out.
Was that misclick?
He's just top.
I think he wanted to press TP and he pressed ult. What's your hotkey for TP?
Dyrachyo wants to go in off of this because that Centaur ulti was kind of wasted. My hotkey for TP, I don't remember. That's probably a bad sign as he gets saved by the Legion Commander.
That's the same hotkey as Gork has for buying one.
That is a classic Gork. I love seeing that. Just in the tree somewhere, no TP. It's like, God damn it, Gork. Doesn't press BKB. I swear I pressed the button, man.
Oh, Alliance?
That's
okay. Free Aegis.
Yeah. Tries to save with the Legion Commander.
He BKB'd. He BKB'd and ultied.
Oh, and he ultied.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
Oh, dude. That's a double edge. I don't know where he went. He got, okay, he's X back. He's still not dying. Weeha's trying his best.
Finally.
Beats his ass, takes him down, even without the BKB. He was still kind of tanky as Symmetrical. Looks like he's a little bit low. Ace is like, well, where the hell's my carry? What's going on here, guys? I got my BKB. It's on the courier. He tries to TP out, but he gets bashed.
That's ambitious.
Wow. That was a big mistake from Dyrachyo.
That's a big blunder. I mean, this is what... And this is part of the reason you gave him the Aegis in the first place, is if this happens, you can respawn, get your ult BKB off, but he popped everything on 5% health and just died on the spot.
Yeah, he knows.
And then the Aegis was not worth anything, so... Crucial mistake. If he doesn't make that mistake and he just accepts his death there, I think Gaimin Gladiators
perfectly fine.
Totally
yeah,
fine.
Yeah,
like that fight, they were probably even going to win off that.
Yeah,
the fight ended up being close. So that's costly. It's, you know, it's a game where you might be surprised to see the win expectancy of a game like this in theory, right? Because you're like, okay, they're 13, 14k gold ahead minute 25. What could possibly go wrong? They have not crossed a 75% win expectancy on the graphs here. Not that they're always fully, you know, the perfect reference, but keep in mind, it's an alchemist, and every single mistake you make like that just has a different gravity to it.
Yeah, it's costly. It's costly. I remember the first time when they changed the gold formula where you get more gold based on killing these high net worth heroes. Alchemist Meepo, these heroes immediately had like a 40% win rate. As right before he dies,
oh,
I think he was...
Okay, so he used ult during the wave, and then because he used ult, he felt like, if I don't BKB, I'm gonna die and respawn without ult. I still think he was better off dying with the ult on.
It was one of those things where I think he pressed the BKB during a stun, that if Ace maybe was quicker with the Legion Commander Purge, because it queues it up, right, for afterwards. So maybe he just didn't realize that he hadn't pressed... Can you S-cancel something if you've queued it up during a stun? You can't, surely, right? Because otherwise it would go. I'm not sure, actually. Because otherwise it would go on the first frame that you're unstunned, right? Which would be just whenever Ace presses W.
So that is what happened, right? He insta-BKB'd.
He insta-BKB'd because he had queued it up afterwards, after the stun. So it's a weird little mechanical interaction there, but very costly. But they do get symmetrical. He goes down to the Centaur. Even Gladiators still, they have this...
Dude, Ace is strong.
He is.
With the net worth that he has, he's just soloing a 2-2 tower here, front lining. He's a very unattractive target to go on for them. Unlike his real-life appearance,
I was going to say, all of Gaimin Gladiators, I mean, good lord. That's some genes to have.
He's a guy you don't want to play against in singles, and you want to play with him in doubles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you're going to be looking at him too much, and then you're not going to hit the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, might hit the ball later, though.
Okay, dude. All right. Okay. Imagine having those genes in life. You're a guy like Tofu. You look like that. You look like that. You're stoic, and you're just good at Dota. As Ace, also good at Dota, jumps in, use that BKB, use the duel as well. Nico maybe tries to save. He tries to save Symmetrical, who does survive long enough to get the ulti off, but Duracio's in. He uses the stun. 2-man Soulbind, of course, because that ability is only usable onto 2 heroes. The Tusk is stuck, so is Duraccio. We no BKB left, so they're going to keep chasing on Gaimin Gladiators. They jump in, that's a strength link, so they're very slowed right now. We is about to die on the Kunkka unless there's any force tap. Nobody's there to help him. Triple kill for Duraccio. Nico, baby. It's a battle of the big beefy boys. As there's a lot of beefy boys. Now they're running away. They don't look so beefy. They look very scared right now as Duraccio wants to go for the bigger target. He goes for Nico, baby, on the life zero. Takes him out. That's an ultra kill for him. This is actually going to be a rampage. I think they give it to him. My boy is a double damage. I didn't realize this whole time. That's why he's doing so much goddamn damage. They don't give it to him. That's that is an instant. That is an instant team kick from Celery.
Nice, tip him. There we go.
If he wasn't the captain of the team, he would get instantly kicked off the team.
As always, Celery ruins everything that it's in, including Dota game. Don't put that in your food. Just a friendly tip here. If you've not experimented with celery, everything is worse with it, with no exception.
And Tofu died right at the start of the fight, so Tofu's not even on the table. Not even considered.
Tofu is definitely tolerable, though. That's pretty good.
Why don't they call it tofu?
Tofu?
Yeah.
Because then it sounds like you're eating feet.
Oh. That's right. Think about that. As WEU does have his buyback, 10
Probably
seconds.
is some sort of fetish category somewhere.
Tofu? Yeah. Like licking whipped cream off of toes.
You didn't need to get that graphic with it. I feel like the joke was already there.
That's not that. I mean, I go much more graphic, guys. Very graphic in the base. Boom. Literally gives the kill to his Alchemist in order to say sorry on behalf of Celery. Yeah, exactly.
We can celebrate. It's a rampage.
That technically was a rampage if you don't include the last kill. Yeah, there he is. That eyebrow wiggle. That that's a man who just got his rampage stolen.
Yep.
All right, now what the hell is the play, Cinderman? What's the play now for Alliance?
How long is until Roche? So it's pretty close, right? Okay, that's a long respawn. 2:40. Damn, that is insane.
That's a lot of gold.
That's Alchemist right there.
That's big boy gold right there.
Alchemist plus a 10 rune advantage.
Yeah.
So they got 10 more bounty runes, which translated to 5,000 more gold.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Go ahead and do the math on that one. That's a lot of gold. That's what my math is saying.
Duraccio farming up a storm. He's closing in on what seems to be a little bit of everything. He wants both the Basher and the Swift Blink here. Does he have the...
Wait, he doesn't even have a slot for the Basher.
He does, because when he gets the Swift Blink, it opens up, right? So he has the slots.
Now I'm very, very stupid. You're right. That's right. That's an Eagle song.
Damn, he is so enormous compared to last fight. This is a really, really big change in animation.
Looking for Tofu.
Nice kick. A nice kill.
Yeah, just a freebie right there. That's a buyback, though. Nico's looking for the wraparound. Ace is like, all right, come at me, bitch. Let's go. I'll duel you. I'll get some duel damage. Oh, they actually catch Celery in the trees. Yeah, that was a nice catch, but duel comes out from Ace. He's doing a lot of...
He's not winning.
He's doing nothing. Yeah, he's actually doing no damage. Nico is just life-stealing entirely as the coil comes out onto Nico. So he is stunned up, but Symmetrical is going to take down the Legion Commander. As the boat comes out, so Nico, baby, I think he actually might win this man fight just because of that boat buff. It's just Duraccio, Nico, baby, there's 1v1ing. Celery, let it be a 1v1, dude. Come on. You steal the Rampage, and now you're stealing Duraccio's 1v1. Boom. Takes down that kill. Steals that one from Duraccio. This poor kid. As he has the Lincolns. So it's canceled. Also stuns up the Alchemist. He's dead. He's very slowly but surely going down to a pathetic position 5. What? Wait, what? Alchemist is dead for 93 seconds. All
right, Nico bought back and killed Alcalon. Any bashers? Any bashers? There it is.
Oh, and he gets the bash. Yeah, that is a tip. Does not get the Inkswell connection, but I mean, surely this Enchantress goes down. I mean,
okay, that's...
Yeah!
Damn, in the club.
That was... You think they're listening to some 50 Cent right now? They're just like, fuck it, we're out. Like, let's just pound some 50 Cent candy shop.
Yeah, Nico definitely took him to the candy shop there.
Yeah, absolutely. As Tofu going for the solo kill.
It's probably gonna cost him here. Nico's pretty fast. If he gets one hit in and it's a bash, it's over.
Does he get the bash?
Oh, the classic Tuskioles. Everybody expected that.
Yes, certainly. With the Ether Lens, so he's got that extra range. As Boom goes in the back lines, uses the coil just to secure the kill. Nico is getting very kited here. This is looking very sad for him. Maybe his hands are off the keyboard because he's dancing, and that's the problem. But he's looking very, very fat and slow and getting kited. They're just messing around with them here, playing with their food a little bit, it feels like. As actually, who gets caught out?
Oh, just narrowly got the orb.
Oh, Ace gets the dual symmetrical. It's on him. There's enough damage, even though he's very tanky. As the boat comes out, Goldmine does as well.
The pesky Yules.
Yeah, they're really kiting it. This is super annoying. It seems like Gaimin Gladiators just in the last 2 minutes has realized that they can just kite Nico Baby. I don't know if they're doing this on purpose. Can we get a camera shot? If next time there's some kiting action happening, I want to see if they're smiling. If this is all a joke to them. Because that was pretty clowny. I felt like Nico could not catch up to them by any means.
Should he buy a dagger, actually? You think?
After that fight, after that little exchange, it kind of feels like it.
I mean, it probably feels bad to buy it, right?
There we go.
You have Stampede.
They're good now.
That's going to help.
They've got the spider legs.
You do have Stampede on your team, and you have the catch in your teammates, and you could infest as the opener as well, but it just feels like during this fight, after his initial rage, he's just not finding very much impact.
Yeah.
It's tough for him to stick on targets. They're playing against Snowball. They're playing against Press the Attack. Obviously, the puck coil with the talent is a big problem for him. So, yeah, I could definitely see a potential dagger upgrade here having value. But it also just feels bad, right? Because then you don't kill Alk, right? So he's going to opt for the AC so he can try to stand his ground and win the fight. Even an upgraded Blink does not compare in impact to an AC for him right now in terms of...
As production was pointing out, Alk is buying an Ags. So there's a few pretty good Agses in this game. I feel like you got to give it to Tusk, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got to give it to Tusk. You get that kick out of base. He's already got the Ether Lens. Come on. You know, Ether Lens increases the kick distance. I'm not sure. I think it increases the kick catch radius too, because it's vector targeted now, isn't it?
You can just kick in any direction, no matter how you're facing.
You can kick in any direction, and it just targets the nearest hero to you?
No, you just select a target and then you draw a line from them.
Oh, so it's vector targeted.
Yeah, it's vector targeted, but you don't need to turn at all.
So this works.
It is insane.
So Ether Lens works on the vector targeting. Like it wouldn't have before because it was an AoE, but now it's actually something castable at a point.
That is a good question. I don't know if the lens works.
It does. It for sure does. Okay. I've been seeing people go for this lens on Tusk. I'm
We're gonna see a maybe case in point here.
Yeah. As Tofu
could go for the kick here if you want.
Oh, that's the kick. And so now it would proc Lincolns because it's targetable. As symmetrical. For a cheap little
that's the thing though. So technically Walrus Punch is also targetable, right? You can click it and click it on a target, but it doesn't break Lincoln.
But it's an attack modifier. It's like
but so is the kick, right?
It's like an orb. The kick is not. It's a spell.
I'm actually not sure. I feel like it kind of works like that too.
As the kick comes out, he goes flying
into
and
the coil.
Also gets coiled.
Okay.
Done. Lots of BKBs coming out. Alchemist gets thrown up by the torrent, and somebody else went flying. I just saw some backflips. Looks like that was Nico Baby dancing first. Now he's doing backflips as he is very far to base. Does have that rage. Turns around onto Ace. Gets kicked away from Ace. They're just messing with him at this point. He eventually goes down, and there's a triple kill happening on the other side. Boom is killing everybody else in the back lines. Nico Baby's just...
Axe is so funny.
Ace like, what the hell's happening to me in this game? I don't have my own autonomy here. I'm getting kicked around. Hopefully not kicked from the team when Division 2 occurs. Again, as the GG comes out, WEU is hiding in the trees.
All right.
Hiding in shame.
Another good showing from Gaimin Gladiators here. Definitely the better team today. And they do grab the win, but honestly, I would just say it was nice to see this from Alliance. This felt like a breath of fresh air. It felt like they were making moves, they were doing stuff. Ultimately, not playing as well as Gaimin Gladiators, and they had trouble with this Alk in the late game.